Hello, hello, very good evening, very good evening. Good to see you all. So, we have been receiving so many inquiries on EA, and thanks to all our beloved students and also the college heads and also the placement officers, people who are in HR and leadership role, that you are spreading the good news about enrolled agent course. I'm truly thankful to you. I mean, there's nothing like creating employment. I always used to say that there are two patriots in any nation. One is the soldier who protects his country in the border, and next is an entrepreneur who provides for his country, right? So EA is something wherein employment is assured. For me, EA is earnings always, and the youth that is today struggling, for the right direction, for the right guidance, I think EA is certainly a beacon of light, right? So I don't want people to miss out on that. And as people say, only a lighted lamp can light another lamp or a candle. Okay. So when you have the knowledge or information about EA, only then can you spread it to others. Okay. So I want you to know who an enrolled agent is, what this course is all about, and how it can help people. Just go check payscale.com, check Now Cream Monster. You will get to notice that there are so many employment opportunities. So many employment opportunities. Just with the US taxation knowledge, even if they are not enrolled agents, just with the US taxation knowledge, they're getting jobs. Because now even the companies know that because of the pandemic, the examinations are only in November and February. But because the tax season is fast approaching, the US tax companies have started hiring. I'm sure most of you have received call, or you must have had campus placements from Big Four right in your college, right? So that's the demand for US taxation, accounting, and payroll. It's an evergreen industry. And one of the topics that we read in EA part 1 is estate taxes, final return, filing a final return. So even if you are dead, you got to pay taxes and die. Or your legal heirs have to pay those taxes. So taxes are a part of life. Even the moratorium is over now. So anyways, so thanks to all the people who have tuned in. It's such a joy to see you all. So who do I have with us? Who do I have today? Okay. Hi Vikrant. Hi Naga Santosh. Hi Joel. Hi Sairatnam. Hi Yamna. Hi Deep Modi. Hi Divya. Hi Sita. Hi Deepthi. Hi Gaurav. Hi Priyanka. Hello Mr. Samson. Yeah. Okay, as you are watching the video, I encourage you to please like and share the video. Spread the awareness, create that awareness to people, let them know, what this is and how it can be very rewarding for them. Okay, so for those of you who have just joined in, hearty welcome. I'm Nanda Kumar KV at iLead Tax Academy, and it's such a joy to welcome you all on this forum. Hi Sandeep Kumar, good to see you. Hearty welcome. Okay, so as you see, the enrolled agent course, it's a license. More than anything else, it's a license. Okay. It's a license from the US government. So it is not kind of a certification or something. So please don't confuse this as a certification or some kind of training that we are providing. We prepare you for the examination, and because I've also been in the industry for over 16 years now, so I have little knowledge about US taxation, which I tend to share, which I gain from my clients. I tend to share with the students, and people say that they pass the examination. Okay, so I want you to explore, know more about EA. Okay, there are only three papers in EA: part 1, part 2, and part 3. Part 1 talks about individual taxation, part 2 talks about business taxation, and part 3 about tax representation. Okay, there are only three papers in this, all are multiple choice questions. It's a 100 question examination, but only 85 questions are valued. So you can count that there are only 85 questions in the examination, and of that 85 multiple choice questions which are without negative marking, you have to make sure at least 70 questions are right. That's all. And the training time that is needed at iLead Tax Academy is like 130 to 150 hours. We are the only service provider or trainer, you can say, very humbly and proudly, who train close to 150 hours on USA taxation. And we are with the student throughout the journey. We make you write the notes, handwritten notes. Okay, you write the notes, you understand, you get to discuss with us, you participate in T-Day sessions, like we come live every Tuesday, Thursday. We speak, we solve the different multiple choice questions on various topics, and we want to be with the students. We want to empower this nation, with right education, employment, and entrepreneurship. And EA is one such thing. Okay, so thank you for creating awareness about EA. Fine. So having said that, so people who have just tuned in, I request you to please log on to menti.com. Menti.com. Please go to a browser. You can invite your friends and colleagues for knowledge testing. And I would encourage you to watch this on a computer or laptop for better experience. And then open new window. You can also parallelly watch it on YouTube too. We are there on YouTube also. We are on YouTube too. Yeah. And any questions you have about EA course also, you are free to ping in here. I'll be happy to address it for you. And if you're somebody from US taxation, I'm sure I'll make you leave us only with some learning. Okay, and like, share, and comment as you watch the live session. And if there's anything you feel that we can make it still interesting, still better, please WhatsApp me on that number. Okay, that number is 994-957-9091, and also our landline number you see there. I'll be more than happy to assist you. Right? Fine. So having said that, folks, so let's get started. So today we will be talking about S corporations. Okay, S corporations, and then representation circular 230. We have taken part 2 and part 3, and we will begin with part 2. So I have limited the questions now, only 5 questions from part 2 and then 3 questions from part 3. Okay, earlier we used to do 10, now we thought, okay, let me do this. So it shouldn't take much time for you. Okay, fine. Here we go with the very first question. Wow, nice, very good. Good. Yeah. See, remember that the time that you have to answer the question is only 2 minutes. It's only 2 minutes. The time you have to answer the question is only 2 minutes. Fine. Okay, so let's take a look at this question. Okay, so what does this question say? I believe my voice is audible. Yeah. Okay, so what does this question say? A corporation may elect to be an S corporation if it meets the following tests. Okay, what are the tests? Okay, it is a domestic corporation. Yes, it has to be a domestic corporation. S corporation is something that must be incorporated in the US. Okay, now it has no more than 100 shareholders. Yes, we know about that. Okay, and it has only one class of stock. Right, all of the above. Simple. Okay, S corporation is a pass-through entity. Right, I think I told you that. SPL, special. What is that? SPL. Pass-through entities have special tax treatment, meaning the entity does not pay tax, but its members or partners, they pay tax, right? So that's the beauty of forming an S corporation, and it is ideal for US citizens or green card holders, okay, that they start off with S corporation. So if you are somebody who is working in US tax industry, you should think about recommending to form an S corporation to your clients. For that, you got to know what is an S corporation. Okay. Fine. Take a moment, solve this question. Only 2 minutes. Yet another interesting question. Okay. So, what does the question say? On November 1st, 2018, James elects to terminate his corporation's S status. His corporation's S status. Effective Jan 1st, 2019. Remember the date. Okay. Effective Jan 1st, 2019. Remember those dates. Those dates are important. Okay. Just let me come here. Yeah, this is better. Right. So on November 1st, 2018, James elects to terminate his corporation's yes status effective Jan 1st, 2019. Okay, remember that date, Jan 1st, 2019. Now, James owns 80% of the corporation's stock. Right? As corporation can also have partners, right? And members. So we just read it in the first question that an S corporation cannot have more than 100 shareholders. Now, if James changes his mind, what is the earliest date that James could have his S corporation status reinstated without IRS consent? Okay, I think I told you in the class also. Yes, looks like 5. What is that? Yes, looks like 5. And the form that we file for making an S corporation election is form 2553. That's the form we file, right? To make an S corporation status election, we file form 2553. So in case you make an S corporation election and you choose to terminate it effective January 1st, 2019, then until 5 years you cannot make an election again. Normally once you make an election it is valid unless you terminate or you revoke it, but in case you terminate or revoke it, you got to wait 5 years. Okay, now here the question is, if James changes his mind, what is the earliest date that James could have his S corporation status reinstated? Now, when does James want to terminate the S corporation status? On Jan 1st. What is that? On Jan 1st. If you are preparing for business tax paper, okay, in November, you can just come back again, just watch this question, when you're having your dinner, rather than spending time on Netflix or Amazon, spend time on this. It should provoke you to spend more time on solving the MCQs, right? Okay, so if he decides to terminate it on Jan 1st, 2019, then he got to wait 5 years. So Jan 1st, 2019 plus 5 years is Jan 1st, 2024. And I think majority of the people have answered it right. Right, very good. Okay, so Jan 1st, 2024. That is the right answer. Okay, very good. And let's take up the next question. Okay. See, even if you don't know, or if you're not sure, even in the examination, please attempt the question. Even in life, when we don't know certain times, what we got to do, we got a problem, but still we got to respond to that problem. We need not react to that problem, but we got to respond to that problem, right? We cannot run away from it. Because there is no negative mark in the examination, even if you do not know any question, trust God. I think my students know the ABCD concept, right? The ABCD rule. So just trust God and get going. Yeah. Hi Dikshit. Okay. Fine. Hi Sandeep Reddy. Good. Okay, fine. Let's solve this question, okay? What does it say? If an S corporation has zero earnings and profits and distributes cash or property to a shareholder whose basis in the stock has been reduced to zero, all such distributions will be treated as. Okay, see, I think I told you this many number of times, okay, whether it's partnership or S corporation or C corporation or anything, okay. Whenever the basis in the company is reduced to zero, it means he has withdrawn everything from the company, but still you are giving him something. You're making a distribution of cash or property, then it's a return of capital. It's a return of capital. Normally, when you're giving something, of course, the share of profit. Yes, the K1s are issued. It comes, in Schedule E Part 2. Okay, it gets reported. Now it is a S corporation, so it is not a dividend or something. Okay, now a gain from sale or exchange of property. Okay, what is it saying? If an S corporation has zero earnings and profits and distributes cash or property to a shareholder whose basis in the stock has been reduced to zero, it means the S corporation doesn't have any earnings and profits. What is dividend? Something that is paid out of the earnings and profits. Something that is paid out of the earnings and profits. So dividend, non-dividend, ruled out. Now here the distribution is happening even when the stock has been reduced to zero. Right? So all such distributions will be treated as return of capital. Now when there's a return of capital, what happens? There's a capital asset, distributes cash or property. So when there's a cash or property, what happens? You get either a gain or loss. Now because here the question says gain from the sale or exchange of property, we consider C as the right answer. Is that clear? Right? Very good. Hi Samata, hearty welcome. Hi Sneha. Hi Sai Kiran. Hi Bhavanjan. Hi Don, Pramod. Very good, very good. Hearty welcome. Yeah. Nice. Okay, take up the next question. Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. See the question. Which of the following, so even if you are a client of ours who is watching this is important for you. I think yesterday or day before yesterday I was asked a question, can a partnership be a member in a S corporation? I think one of my team members asked me. Hi Sai Prakash, very good evening. Sai Prakash was watching us live last week and he enrolled with us. So hearty welcome. I look forward to see you as an enrolled agent. Yeah. So they were asking me yesterday or day before, can a partnership be a member in another, can be a member of S corporation? Okay. Now, which of the following can be shareholders in an S corporation? Okay. I think when we were doing S corporation chapter, I told you TIE, TIE, right? Only TIE can be the members of an S corporation. What does that mean? Trusts, individuals, and then estates. Now even in individuals I said US citizens, right? Of course green card holders and all that, fine, but normally trusts, individuals, and then estates. Only tie. Okay, so partnerships or corporations or anybody else, they cannot be the members of S corporation. Okay, just to establish the qualifying criteria, tie, that is important. Okay, fine. So let's see. The first one, estates of individuals in bankruptcy. Now, bankruptcy has got nothing to do with this. Okay. Now, estates, it says estate. So, 105 shareholders. The very first question we said, an S corporation cannot have more than 100 shareholders, right? More than 100 members. Next, partnerships and corporations, they cannot be members of S corporation. A small corporation, that is told. So B, C, and D are not applicable to this. Clear? 105 shareholders, partnerships, small corporation, not applicable. Only the first one because it falls in time. Okay. For examination, this is important. Those small acronyms, it just helps us ease the understanding. It just confirms our understanding, and we end up writing the right answer. That's all. Yeah, out of 85 questions, you just have to write 70 questions. Just like that. Compared to CA, CPA, and all, it's a very easy examination. Very easy examination. But still, it is the highest tax credential as per US Department of Treasury, Internal Revenue Service. It gives you unlimited practice rights, right? Unlimited representation rights. So I don't want you to miss out on this. Yeah, go check out the last question in part 2. Okay, good. Yeah, fine. Let's take up this question. Okay, if an S corporation has no accumulated earnings and profits from prior operations as a C corporation, any amount distributed to a shareholder, okay, will be what? Okay, S corporation has no accumulated earnings and profit from prior operations as C corporation. Okay, so it means earlier it was a C corporation, now it has made a S corporation election. Okay, and it has no accumulated earnings and profits from that C corporation, which has now made an election to be S corporation. Clear? पहले C corporation था, now it has become an S corporation. तो जब C corporation से S corporation बना, तब there were no accumulated earnings and profits. So what happens on that any amount that is distributed to shareholder? Profit ही नहीं है, but still उसको distribution करे अपन. Okay, so what happens then? This is what it happens. Decreases the shareholders basis in the stock. Obviously, यानी capital return कर रहे तुम. We just understood that in the earlier question also. We're just returning the capital. There are no earnings and profits, but you're still paying the percent. It means you are returning their capital. It means whatever they have invested, you're just giving it back. So it decreases the shareholders basis in the stock. Okay, so it looks like the right answer, but let's see the other three. And I think I told you last time also, and I tell you every time, don't look at the number of MCQs you solve. Understand the concept wherever you're studying. Okay, people say iLead is best, but I want you to confirm that. Okay, the three options, you got to know why they are wrong. Okay, fine. Has no effect on the shareholders basis in the stock. How can we say that? How can we say that? The partners have come together, put the money in the business has no earnings and profits, but still the partners want money. From where will you repay that? From that capital only. So what is that? It's a return of capital. What happens when you take out capital from partners account? It will reduce the partners capital account. Simple. So it decreases the basis in the stock. How can we say that it has no effect on the shareholders basis in the stock, right? Next, increases the shareholders basis in the stock? No. Then last one, must be returned to the S corporation. S corporation itself is paying. Why will they return? Okay. So the right answer here is A. Decreases the shareholders basis in the stock. Right. So wonderful. Go through these questions once again. All those people who are attempting to write the paper in November, okay, on business taxes, please don't miss out on this. And all that you need, to become an enrolled agent is just our class lectures. We are the only one who teach 150 hours with handwritten notes and all. Then SE MCQs with explanation, it is given to you 2500 plus MCQs. It is more than enough, more than enough. And then IRS tax material, there's a study guide that we give, because that also we give because students insist us on that. But if you ask our students, they will tell you that the first two are more than enough. And then we are the only ones who probably do the revision classes also after every part. So I encourage you to please be benefited from this. Okay, fine. So having said that, let's get into part 3. So part 3 talks about representation. Okay, representation practices and procedures. Okay, fine. Let's take up some questions here. Only 3 questions here. Okay, so stay tuned. Go ahead. So circular 230. Yeah. So our current batch is on part 3. Team is doing part 3 now. So circular 230 is like the Bible, Bhagavad Gita and Quran for attorneys, CPAs and enrolled agents. Okay, so go through this question. Okay, fine. Let's take a look at this question. Okay, I think I gave you the answer, right before the question only. So let's take a look at this question. So what does this say? All of the following statements are true regarding circular 230 except. Okay. The question is except. Okay. See, these words are important. Except. Okay. That changes the entire meaning. Okay. Now, circular 230 contains the rules indicated in 31 CFP subtitle A part 10. Yes. So that's just a part. Okay. Next, circular 230 is applicable only to CPAs. No. It says except. What is that? Except. Okay. So it is not applicable only to CPAs. Circular 230 contains regulations governing the practice of attorneys, CPAs, EAs, actuaries and appraisers before the IRS. Yes, absolutely. All the enrolled individuals, they are all subject to circular 230. Okay. The representation capabilities, it differs. Okay. Next, in order to practice before the IRS, a tax practitioner must understand the rules contained within Circular 230. Absolutely, he got to understand. Okay. So now here the question is, all the following statements are true regarding Circular 230 except, okay, and you know the answer. It is B. Many people must have misunderstood the question. I mean, what does the Circular 230 talk about, kind of, right? That's why, majority answered C as the right answer. That's why, point it, point the question properly. Go through the question properly, okay? Except, okay? So, B is the right answer because that is the wrong or the odd one out here, okay? Fine. I hope you got it right. So, fine. Let's take up the next question. This is so simple. Which of the following individuals can practice before the IRS under Circular 230? Yeah, this shouldn't take much time. Okay. The other day we wrote about that CA India, EA US, right, in part 3, right? All that, right? CPAs, attorneys, right? Interns, then enrolled agents, enrolled actuaries, enrolled retirement plan agents, then appraisers, right? Actuaries, and then what is that? You was some volunteer, and all that, right? So we wrote that acronym, right? We wrote that acronym there on that day, right? All these are enrolled individuals. Now, you see the option here. It talks about just enrolled agents, enrolled actuaries, attorneys, CPAs. Obviously, all these are enrolled agents and they are allowed to practice before the IRS as per Circular 230. Okay, so the last option, D, all of these answer choices. That's the right answer, right? Fine. Question number 3, the last question of the day, right? So take it up. Good luck. Okay, fine. Let's see the question. Now, what does this say? In order for an enrolled agent to qualify for renewal of enrollment, the enrolled agent must certify on the renewal application that he has met the professional education requirements as set forth in Circular 230. Correct. What are the continuing education requirements, assuming it is only for a 3-year enrollment cycle? Okay, yesterday only we were talking about that publication 5186. Okay, it talks about entire renewal details, right? So let's take a look at that. Okay, a minimum of 24 C credits per year, including 2 C credits of IRS ethics. No. Next, a minimum of 24 C credits per year. No. A minimum of 72 C credits during each enrollment cycle, including 2 C credits of IRS ethics for each enrollment year of the enrollment cycle, right? So you have to complete that 72 hours in 3 years, and every year you have to make sure that there is at least like 16 C credits with 2 hours at least for ethics. Okay, and last one, minimum of 16 per year, including 4 C credits of IRS ethics. No, it is 2. It is 2. Okay, so in the 3-year block, the question is on 3 years. What are the continuing education requirements, assuming it is only for a 3-year enrollment cycle? Okay, so for 3-year enrollment cycle, the right answer is 72 hours. Okay, so C is the right answer, and I think majority, 90% has given the right answer, right? So very good. So thank you very much for joining us today. So we are currently running the tax representation batch, and if you have any questions about EA, let's get started. Okay, I mean, all these flyers, we just make sure that it catches your attention, and people who are still struggling with underemployment, I repeat, underemployment, okay, not just unemployment, underemployment. You have 3 years, 4 years, 5 years experience, but still you're not being paid, the same salary. Just go to payscale.com, put your designation as enrolled agent, and put the years of experience you currently have. See what you qualify for. Go to Glassdoor, go to Payscale, check for yourself, what is the salary you must be getting. Are you getting paid the same thing? Are you getting paid the same thing as per the industry standard? Right? So why not do something? When you know that you are sick, you need doctor, right? You need doctor to get better. So EA is certainly a medicine to kill that underemployment. I mean, if you are looking for a career in USA taxation, and currently, given the current pandemic and all, I don't know how many colleges are operating, no exams, no right education, but the parents also have invested so much on the kids' education and all. It's high time, that they also start supporting their families, and the US tax industry needs the tax experts now, right? And you see the payscale.com, it confirms, that the average annual salary is almost 5 lakhs. So for a 50,000 investment, if you are getting 5 lakhs, I mean, it's like 10x return on investment. So why not explore that, right? So if you have any questions, thoughts, comments, on how we can make this program even better, please feel free to contact us. I'm Nanda Kumar KV at iLead Tax Academy. I'll be more than happy to help you. And thank you very much for tuning us today. I request you all, to please create this awareness about EA. Let the people know, and let somebody reject it only after they have fully understood who an enrolled agent is, what an enrolled agent is. Right? You should reject something only when you have fully known about it. Right? Anil Kumar, hi Alex, hi Deepak. Very, very good evening. Okay, so that's it for this week. So we have done today questions on Scorporation, and then also, what is that? Circular 230. Okay, so just keep your spirits high, and please do like our Facebook page, and please follow us on Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel also, so that whenever we go live, you get the notifications on. Okay, US taxation is a wonderful industry. Okay, and if you are looking for making a career in US taxation, accounting, and payroll, please feel free to contact our office. Our contact details are right below, and our enrollment advisors, they work round the clock to give you their best, right? So thank you very much for joining us today. I'll see you next week. Bye bye.